Hello, good morning. Yes, not only is it a masterclass, but it is a masterclass with a brand new world launch. Today is the first time anyone is getting to see these amazing Christmas embossing folders. We've got 8 absolutely knock it out of the park, gorgeous designs, and I have got probably one of the most, if not the most advanced masterclasses planned for you with embossing folder techniques. We're going to be covering all sorts of techniques. I've got a whole 2 hours. Let me just tell you now, this is the sort of masterclass. When you get these embossing folders or any of your 3D folders home, there's going to be so much you want to come back and redo from this masterclass. So this is a one to save. If you are saving it, by the way, all you need to do, if you're watching us on Facebook, if you just click share, then your friends will see this, but it'll add it onto your wall so that you can come back and find this anytime later, right? Share it and just add on 3D embossing folder masterclass, because trust me, some of the techniques that we're going to look at in the next 2 hours are going to knock your socks off. They're going to blow the roof off, Joe. Let me tell you. And I know I'm building myself up a little bit there, but I'm very excited, as you can tell.
Yeah, they're going to be shut the front door amazing, Sarah. Absolutely, they will. It is going to be an incredible masterclass. Make sure you get yourself settled in. A lot of you have been ordering already. If you want to get in touch, you've got any questions about anything you're going to see through the show, really easy to get in touch. I'm monitoring the conversation over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. It's very, very busy. A lot of you are already on the website ordering, I'm hearing. Right, do you want to whet our appetite then, Sarah? Give us an idea of what's going to be coming up. I'll quickly just...
Do you want me to show you a couple of the samples at my end and then you can show everybody the ones at your end? Okay, so here we go. These are the sort of things you're going to be creating. This is what we're talking about. So we've got some which have this amazing texting. So we've got a Deck the Halls and a Merry and Bright. We have the most incredible embossing folders. We're going to be doing some incredible inky backgrounds straight from the off. Definitely get your inky fingers out, because there's going to be loads of stuff I'm going to be showing you. We're going to be having loads of play with gilding wax. I know you've all got your gilding waxes, but there's gilding wax and then there's gilding wax over top of different techniques. These are also brilliant, by the way, to use with your pencils. So look at this, how real does this look, Joe? Can you see the waxy finish on there? Those are with the colour blend pencils. So we've got colour blend pencils. Here's another one where there's a sparkle ink background there with the gilding wax on the top. I'm going to be teaching you this one. Do you want me to show you one of my favourites? I can't wait to teach you this technique, right? I did this morning on Create and Craft and showed everybody, and they loved it. I went bananas for this folder. Can you see we've got that really artistic, ethereal effect in the background? Oh, I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. We do that with our aqua pens. I'm going to be teaching you all of that. One of my favourite folders, if not my absolute favourite in the collection, is this one here, Over the Rooftops. It's just absolutely amazing. There's loads of techniques you can do with it. And actually, I'm just going to go technique with these and try and cover loads of stuff off, because there's so much you can do with them.
Sounds absolutely fabulous. Loads of you tuning in already and saying hello. Right, let's run through exactly what you're getting. The best way to get the best value is to go for the whole collection. Details on your screen there at the moment. I will run you through, and I will tell you that you can get them individually as well in a moment. So what you've firstly got, this one here, this is your ornate Christmas tree that you've got, which is just fantastic. I love the way that it's been done there with that gilding wax. Really picks up the light. So that's your first one. The next one you've got here is Snowflake Flurry, as you can see there. And again, adds such amazing detail. Remember, our 3D embossing folders add such, it's like the paper really is sculpted with ours. You've then got the Rustic Reef, which is this one here, which is absolutely beautiful. Would look lovely fussy cut, that one. We've then got the Elegant Poinsettia, which is this one here. You saw that lovely waxy finish that Sarah had then. This one's been done with some gold sparkle pen as well. It looks absolutely glorious. We've got not any old baubles. Oh no, we've got opulent baubles here at Crafters TV. And again, these look fantastic. Lovely. These have been sort of almost watercoloured back in. Extremely busy individually, that one. We've then got Night Before Christmas, which is this one here. I love that someone's done here and they've just accented that with glitter. It's very, very bling-alicious, that one. Then we've got some that are more sentiment-based. So this one has got Deck the Halls on it here. And again, great. This one's been sanded back, which is a lovely idea when it comes to using it. And then finally, you've got Merry and Bright, which is this one just here. I love that someone's used that with a flower there as well. Really, really usable, very craftable. When you go for the whole collection as well, not only will you get the embossing folders, You'll also get 10 sheets of the Cherry Centura Pearl as well, as you can see here. So we're going to throw that in for you as well. Should be $58.91 today in the UK. It's down to £45. Should be $84. We've taken it down to £65. Of course, you can still use your Club Inspired discount with this as well. 5% of the stock of the big collection has already sold out and gone. If you want to go for a couple of these and cherry pick, I mean, I think you're going to find it impossible to make a decision. You can go for them individually, $6.99 or $9.95, or two of these can be got for £10 or $17, which is fantastic. So it doesn't matter how you want to grab them. What I would say is get your order in early doors. You guys in the States won't have seen these before. Get your order in early doors, sit back, relax, and then enjoy the show. So pop yourself over to the website, craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. I've got my cardstock. Oh, it's over here. I don't know. I'm going backwards and forwards. Here we are. Now, the Christmas luxury cardstock collection is amazing. In here, what you get is 30 sheets. So you're getting 10 sheets of our mirror, 10 sheets of our matte mirror, and 10 sheets of our glitter. And you're going to get that in the blue. You're also going to get it in the red. You're going to get it in the gold. And you're also going to get it as well in that green as well. 30 sheets of each in there, so you've got what, 120 sheets total for £30 or $50. It's incredible value for money. There's loads of other great stuff on the show as well, and I'll take you through that as we go through the show. Let's see who's tuned in already. Carol is here. I see Ray is here already. Debbie says Ohio, Debbie. Pamela's saying good morning as well. Loads of people tuning in. Masterclasses as well. Really fantastic to share ideas and get involved as well in the conversation. Any questions that you might have, get them into me and I'll pop them across to Sara. Right, my eyes are peeled. I'm like a coiled spring ready to see. You were so excited by all of these techniques you were going to do today, Sara.
Oh, I'm going to do loads, Joe, but we've got 2 hours, so we're going to take our time. All I'm going to do first is show you how 3D embossing folders work, because there'll be loads of people out there never seen 3D embossing folders. Where should I start? I don't know where to start. Right, I'm going to start here with the wreath. There's never a good place to start. I'm going to have to show you all of them. Can I just say, if you can't decide which ones to go for, please don't do anything. Just sit and watch the show, because I guarantee you what's going to happen is you're going to pick a couple of your favourites and do them on the multi-buy, and then you're going to regret it in about an hour's time. You're going to want to cancel your order for the individuals and try and get the big bundle, or you're going to want to try, or you're going to end up paying more because you're going to buy them all on multi-buy and put loads of orders through. So sit on your hands till I've shown you everything. I guarantee you £45, $65, you will absolutely want all 8 of these folders because they're off the chart. Right, here we go. Let's just get a little bit of tissue. I'm just going to dry this up because I had this one wet when I was last using it this morning. If I have a little bit of a feel of this, can you see on the base it's raised up, and then on the other side it's indented. So you can see that's your indented side, Joe. And then this is our raised up side. So if we just want to go super simple, right? I've got a little bit of gold mirror card here. You place it over the wreath. I'm going to pop the wreath down over top of that so we can see all of it. Now, with your 3D embossing folders, what you do is you have your base plate, your folder, and then you have your magnetic and your frosted plate. That is the sandwich that you use for 3D embossing. And I'm going to pop mine through the Gemini. So whether you've got the Gemini or the Gemini Junior, all of these folders will work with every single one. So every folder will work with both machines. Now have a little look at this, right? It's when you look at it up close, Joe. I mean, this is absolutely off the chart. Can you see how that bow looks actually 3D? So it looks like the bits behind are genuinely behind it. When we look up here at these bits in detail, Joe, you've got little brushes of the feathers in the background. Look at those holly berries. If I turn this over, you'll really see it here. Can you see how those holly berries are actually indented, little divots? I don't know what you would call them, but they're actually sculpted, little circles sculpted underneath there. It's when you see it from the back that you really appreciate all of this sculpting. All you know is that looks fantastic. Now that is it onto mirror card. Let me just, very simple, let's get a black one.
I quite like them as well the other way around, the wrong way around. I know some people do it the wrong way around and they say, oh, I've got it the wrong way around. Sometimes I actually like the design pushed in as well. I think they're equally as nice from the back as they are from the front.
From the front, yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to do it onto a little bit of black card now. In fact, what I'll do is I'll do it so that you can look over the front, and can you see we can make sure that we're just ever so slightly coming off the side of the card and off the top. Looks really nice when you do that, right? So we have it looking a little bit more genuine there. Got my baubles, Going to do the same again, base plate, and then your magnetic and your top plate. Send them through, and I'm going to get some gilding wax on the top.
Will our embossing folders go through other brands of die cutting machines as well, Sarah?
They will indeed, Joe. They will work on all different machines. You've got a lot more pressure in the Gemini, so it's going to be even better in the Gemini, but they will work on all machines, right? Now, here we go. This one here has been incredibly popular already just from pre-sale. So here we go. So this is the King Gold, the one that's like the rose gold shade. Watch what happens when I just rub my finger over the top there and you start and see it. It's like as though it appears as if by magic in front of your fingertips, okay?
It's amazing.
Now, best thing to do is literally just on your fingers. You can always build up more and more of this, but it's almost impossible to take off, okay? So you're going to just give it a good bit of a rub on there, like this.
Melissa says, I've now got die cut into an art, so now it's time for me to start embossing. Ideal masterclass today. Sarah, you're looking lovely in that purple dress.
Why, thank you, darling. Do you know what? It was Canada Day yesterday, and so I was having a little look for pictures of all my Canadian friends so I could share them on Facebook last night, and I found a picture of me and Jen Tryon, who's our demonstrator in Canada, in this same dress. We both had exactly the same dress on one day, and so I thought, oh, I like that one. I haven't had that on for a while, so I got it out. How awesome is that, Joe? Come
Fabulous.
on, doesn't that look off the chart?
You know what that'd be good for?
Ooh, what?
Make a lovely tag.
Oh, what are you like? What are you like? Right, you've got some sparkle pens on as well, haven't you?
I do have
I'm
some
going to go and see if I
pens.
can find my sparkle pens out the back, and then I'm going to do a nice sparkly pen background.
Do you want to see which ones I've got for you? Because these are a really lovely festive collection that I've got right here. Now, the great thing is because they're sparkle pens, look at all that shimmer. Oh my giddy aunt, these are gorgeous. Now, it's the Spectrum Noir Sparkle Festive Collection that I've got for you, which is fantastic. So you've got the vintage tones in here. So this one is your actual autumn winter. Then I've got the vintage tones, which is that one just there, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got this one just here, which is your coastal cottage. Now, they should be $24.99 each. So really, for $49.98 or $65.98, you should get 2 sets. However, you buy 2 and you get 1 free, which is fantastic. So it's a really great deal on those today if you want to grab those. Also, as well, don't forget, if you do want that gilding wax, it is available for you on the website. £8.99, $12.74. There's several different colours there for you to choose from as well. So you can choose from King Gold, Antique Gold, Gold, or Renaissance or Silver. So they are your choices. And that will last you, I kid you not, that will last you years, that stuff. It is a really, really good investment, especially if you're thinking you're going to want to get into your embossing, because it just lends itself so beautifully to embossing, especially Christmas as well. Isn't there something amazing about like golds and silvers and shiny things at Christmas, Sarah?
Oh, you've got to put sparkle on everything. Sparkle on everything looks amazing. Now I'm trying to find, look at this gorgeous card. I'm going to do this one for you, okay? I'm going to show you how we use, this is the over the rooftops one, right? So I'm going to show you how you use the over the rooftops one, but we can do a stepper card and then cut a little bit into it, okay? Remember what I said, if you're sitting on your hands and you're not sure, just wait until you see all the demonstrations and then decide which ones you want. I'm going to guarantee this is going to be one of them though, right? It has been our most popular.
Stephen's saying, Sarah, you could get dressed in the dark and still look fabulous.
Oh, I'll totally take that. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to cut this cardstock to 5 1/4 inches. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to cut a square, and then I'm also going to cut another little bit to do that little bit on the bottom jaw, right? So I've got my couple of bits of cardstock here. And then what I'm going to do is use a couple of those sparkle pens. So I've got a cornflower blue and starry sky. So these are from your coastal set, this cornflower blue, right? Now here we go. When we're doing sparkle, but we're going to be getting messy this morning. I'm just going to manage expectations, right? I'm going to start off. And I'm just using some of the stamping card. We've got the stamping card on the show, by the way. So I'm going to use the dark blue first of all onto the back part. Now, the darker the colour, the more this technique will show up really, really well, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm using it straight from the pen so that we don't dilute any of the sparkle, all right?
Oh, wow.
So we've got that really, really dark, Actually, I was going to start and mix it with the next shade of blue. Oh, go on, I'll do a little bit just so we get a little bit of shading in here, right? So if we put some of the other shade in, and then we just give that a good wash all over. See, the more water you use, Joe, what will happen is, yeah, I'm going to use a tiny little bit more, but the more water you use, the more you'll dilute the sparkle. Now, I quite like that really intensive there. Yeah, so we've got that one there. And then I'll pop that to one side to dry. And while that's drying, let's do the little piece that we had as well. I think I'm going to go in with the dark one again. So plenty of sparkle on, and I'm going to show you how we can do like a little snow effect on the rooftops. You'll love this. And all I'm doing is I'm painting. Now this is exactly the same, whether you want to use the pens or if you've got our pots of sparkle ink. The pots are exactly the same technique. They're just sometimes a little bit easier to work from. So there's slightly less versatile, the pots, but you get a lot more usability out of them. Right?
Is that stamping card or watercolour card that you're
that
using there?
That is stamping card that I'm using there.
Because normally, would it be a watercolour card usually?
Well, do you want the honest truth?
Yeah.
So, stamping card is a bit cheaper than watercolour card.
Okay.
So when I don't need to do some fancy techniques, I use the stamping card because it's going to be cheaper, right? So let's have a look. If I get my now this is always a problem, this Joe. It never quite reaches enough my cord. So I'm just drying this off. You want it nice and dry. Let me tell you, the drier the cardstock is, the more this technique works. So we've just got this kind of washed out technique, and I'm going to take it a little bit further.
It gets more and more shiny as it starts to dry. I can see it's almost like fizzy as it starts to dry. It's amazing the amount of sparkles in there.
Yeah, so we can see the sparkle. Now, if we want to have it look like we've got a little bit of night sky on here, watch what we do. You just take your water here, and we're just going to spritz a few bits of water onto the background. And these are going to look like our night sky, right? So you leave them, give them a couple of seconds, and what that will do is that will soak the water up in here. Then a little bit of kitchen towel. We just blot the kitchen towel, and it gives you that lovely night sky effect. So can you see it's taken it out onto here. So that's looking really good. I'm not going to night sky the other bit, but you'll see how this will kind of all come together. So get this nice and dry. To go through the embossing folder. Here we go. So that embossing folder was the night before Christmas. And here we go. When I open them, remember, if you want it to be embossed, you're going to put the Gemini sign at the back. So this goes underneath, and we can see there our rooftops, and then also Santa Claus and whatnot on the front. So I'm going to take that, send that through and emboss that first of all. And then I'm going to do another one where we do the rooftops. Now, they are on the bottom as individuals. The two ones in the lead are your Opulent Baubles and the Night Before Christmas. So basically, the two that you've seen me demo. Can we see what's happening, okay? So as I demo them, you want them. So like I said, not very often you hear me say this, please don't buy them, right? Don't go and buy them, because I can tell you now, you're going to watch and then you're going to want even more of them. So there's that first one, right? Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let me just pick all these bits up. I'm going to take these rooftops and I'm going to emboss again the rooftops. Wait till you see this technique, Joe. You'll absolutely love this.
Have you got a favourite one, Sarah?
Yeah, I do like this one.
Is it that one?
This is my favourite. There's a reason why I've demoed this one first.
I really like the sentiment ones, the ones with Deck the Halls and Merry and Bright. But I think, like yesterday, I like the Snowflake one best, you know. And if you got the double-sided creator cards from yesterday as well, that embossing folder would go really, really well with the Snowflake creator card that we had on the show then as well. So I just think you just need to get them all. Why would you put yourself through the trauma of having to choose when we've bought them to you at such a great price, Sarah?
I know.
10% of the stock, I remember, has already gone. Very, very busy start to this show. It's a world launch. It's only launched today. So lots of you are stocking up immediately. You know what our launches have been like recently as well, Sarah. Honestly, demand has just been off the chart, hasn't it?
Well, the problem is, you see, we didn't know that there was going to be a global pandemic when we did our ordering for this. So when we ordered our quantity in, we based it on a regular selling show, not a global pandemic and millions of people have got into craft type show, which is why we keep selling out of everything in record timing. So the lesson to be learned is if you're wanting something, you've just got to get it. Right, did you see me? I just painted that with water. And then all we do, tap this down, and it starts to look like snow on the rooftops. Can you see?
Oh, wow.
So it's going to take a couple of little goes to take some of that really deep colour out. So all we're doing is we're putting water on the top there, and then the water, it just takes it out and it gives it this really ethereal feel to it. I mean, look how fantastic that looks just by lifting off little bits of that colour to make it look like genuine rooftops. So that's one technique that you can do with these for doing snow on the rooftops. And when I'm doing multiple layers, you're getting different amounts of, I guess, snowfall on there as well. Love this technique. Some fabulous cards I've seen the designers have done with this. By the way, if you want to see the cards with the designers, go and have a look on Pinterest and you'll see all the cards that we've done. We always share them all onto Pinterest to give people an idea.
I don't think I've seen you do this technique before, Sarah.
You've never seen one?
No, I don't think I've seen this technique before, no.
Look, I'm going to do a little bit of moonshine around the moon, right? So I can do my moon and I can just pop water on the moon. Here we go. And then again, just pick up a little bit of that colour off the moon just by lightening it up a little bit, because I'm going to lighten it up and then we're going to put some gilding wax onto Santa Claus and his reindeer. Oh, I think we'll have a little bit of silver gilding wax on the moon. So there's our moon. You can see the moon standing up there now, right? So let me get a little bit of the silver and I'm just going to go on here, a little bit of the silver, take it off again, right? Let's just make sure this is nice and dry. And make sure my moon is perfect.
Michelle's asking, Sarah, would the pens or the inks be easier to work with for a beginner, do you think, with regard to sparkles?
There's more you can do with the pens.
Okay,
so if you're just going for one, get yourself the pens.
There you
the inks have more in there, but there's a lot more you can do with just the pens, right? So that's just given me a little bit more sheen around the moon, right? So we've got that little sheen around the moon. There we go, a little bit of moon glow as it was. What you can also do...
Moonshine's a whole different thing though, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
What's moonshine? Is it something to do with alcohol? Is it like alcohol that you brew yourself at home in the bath?
It?
I think so, yeah. Moonshine, I think, is like home brewed alcohol. Don't have too much moonshine and then try and do the moonshine technique, because you'll get yourself in all of a tiver, let me assure you. A lot of people saying they love the snow on the rooftop techniques. Robbie saying how great it is. Astrid was saying this is such an effective technique as well. People loving it.
So, just going to colour my moon in there with one of the metallic pens. So we've got the moon, hang on, what have we got? Have we got the moon glow or have we got the moonshine?
Moonshine.
Right, we've got the moonshine going on, and then now we've got a lovely moon out here. Now I'm going to just emphasise the rooftop. Oh, I think I'll do that in a little bit of silver as well. Let's have the moon bouncing down on those rooftops, right? So you've just got a little bit, just to kind of like make it stand out. Doesn't that look so much better when we had a little bit of the silver gilding wax under there? And then Santa's sleigh would be silver, wouldn't it? Like the bottom of the sleigh. But then the rest of his sleigh would be gold. So you can mix on and put a little bit. And again, I've got that lovely, because I'm a little bit obsessed with it, I've got that lovely rose gold. So I'm just going to rub this over my reindeers.
I had no idea. I'd never really thought about using two different sets of gilding waxes together in the one project, Sarah.
Oh, totally. Yeah. So there we go. So there's our Santa's sleigh. And again, if you want your Santa's sleigh to stand out, I've got a nice little bit of red on the metallic here. I'm going to colour this in the metallic again. And it's just going to make my little Santa Claus stand out. So just mix of all the products that we've had all these on over the last few weeks. I know you've all been picking up these sort of products here. Look at the difference it makes when we start mixing everything together, okay? So there's our little Santa, and as he dries, you'll see him become even more shiny and metallic-y, right? I'm then going to take, let's have a look, is this one here dry as well? No, just need to dry that off a little bit there. And I think I'll cut these out, Joe, and assemble this onto the front of my stepper card.
Apparently it's like a deep south thing, moonshine, apparently. In the hills you'll find it. But now, like all good things, it's gentrified and you can buy it in fancy liquor stores now, apparently, as well. So, Cynthia's saying, I've just got and used the Envela box. It's the cat's pajamas. Boxes for everyone.
Oh, cat's pajamas. I like that. That's a new saying for me, that one.
And Eileen says, loving this technique. Can't wait to try it. I know loads of you, I can see you. You know, I'm envisaging it now in your craft room, watching us, pulling out loads of embossing folders as well, assembling all your bits together to have a bit of a craft along with us, because of course this is a world launch. The website even is an absolute meltdown. We might break the internet, you never know. But of course, all of these techniques, Sarah, I'm guessing are going to be good with all your embossing folders, aren't they?
They will. That's the beauty of a masterclass. What I will say in particular though is this time of year especially. So we do embossing folders all year round. Our Christmas ones are always hands down the best sellers. And I think it's because a lot of people, they want to do quick and easy cards at Christmas, but then also you want something you can do some really awesome techniques with. So yes, you can just, like you saw that very first card I did, we just ran it through nice and easy. But then actually you'll see here, I've incorporated a few little techniques and done something quite, I wouldn't say it's advanced in terms of level of difficulty, right? But it is really, really effective when you see it looking together. Right, here we go. I'm going to find my tape pen. Oh, Joe, I had a bit of a sort out. And I don't know where I've put anything. Here it is. I've got one.
I think I stole your tape pen. Sorry, you got one. Do you know why I stole it? I'll just let you know. I needed to stick that label down to the front of that Centura Pearl that you get for free with those embossing folders. I thought I'd put it back, but there's a oh no, sorry, Sarah, here it is.
That'll teach me, won't it? Right, here we go. So there's one. And then we put that base one on. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape on the bottom here. Only on the bottom section though. That'll go onto this bottom part. I'm going to line up this so that when the card's closed and in the envelope, that's all lining up perfect, you see. And then all I've got, she says optimistically, I have got them here somewhere. Yes, I have. Right, I've die cut Happy and Christmas. These are what we had on yesterday. Can you remember we had some little dies for Happy Christmas? So Happy Christmas die. When you're doing dies like this, right, you want your dotty tape pen or pop them in Betty the spray booth and you can give them a bit of a
Brenda.
Brenda.
Not Betty or Barbara.
Man.
Or
Right,
Beatrice.
Brenda. Brenda the spray booth. Right. Happy and Christmas. So I'm just going to pop these on the front. Here we go.
Now, if you want to go back to yesterday's show, of course, the deals will still be live from yesterday's shows. All of our Crafted TV shows live pretty much forever on our website. All of the deals, unless they are a time-limited one, last for 48 hours as well. So definitely pop yourself back to yesterday and you'll be able to get them. I think they were called something like our Festive Essential Words or something along those lines. Also, what you can do is click offers at the top of the homepage on our website and it will list all the shows for you. And it was in yesterday's... It was in the daytime show, I think, so it would have been in yesterday's Masterclass is where you'd have found it.
Right. There is that fabulous Christmas and 2-layer Christmas embossing folder looking off the chart. Look at that moon glow. How fantastic does that look? The moon glow by doing the bit around with the gilding wax and then adding over that metallic pen looks just amazing. And then the reindeers look mystical. It's a mix of that. You definitely need the sparkle pens. It's a mix of the sparkle from the sparkle pens and then the shine that you get from the gilding wax, right? Now I'm going to get tidied up. Here's the thing. Do you know what the technique I'm going to do next? I'm going to do that one that I just showed you before. I'm going to get ready and show you how to do this one where we get that lovely like ethereal, artsy feel going on inside your poinsettia embossing folder. So give us a couple of minutes, Joe.
Absolutely. Right, I need to remind you, it's getting very, very busy now on the website. I want to take you through over 10% of our world launch stock has sold out and gone. Very, very busy. I'll take you through what you're getting included when you go for the whole collection because 9 out of 10 of you are going for the whole collection. And why wouldn't you when it's on such a great deal? So this one here that you've got firstly is the ornate Christmas tree there, as you can see, which is gorgeous. My favourite one, I think, is this one just here. And this is your snowflake flurry that you're looking at, which is just beautiful. A lot of these great for fussy cutting as well. This one in particular, the rustic reef would be great if you wanted to get your precision snips it in here, maybe layer this out, pop another layer over the top, it would look gorgeous. The one that Sara's going to show us next is the poinsettia. Again, if you wanted to, you could snip layers of this out and build it up and create depth and dimension, or you can use it in a background. It's completely up to you. All of your different colouring mediums are going to work beautifully with that as well. Now, the opulent baubles is the next one that we have. Well, you guys in the States call these ornaments, I believe, but really just a lovely, iconic Christmas scene. I think if you were batch making cards, you had a lot of cards that you wanted to get through, you're making cards to sell, this would be perfect for allowing you to do that. You've then got as well the night before, which is this one here. So you can see this is the one that Sara was just using. So this has been done quite differently. This has just been accented with some glitter, which is another great way of using it. Very simply matted and layered on some monochrome cardstock there as well. I really love these two, and these are the next two. This one's Deck the Halls. These are our sentiment ones. And we've also got Merry and Bright too. So both of these really beautiful and very easy to make. They look lovely in a little box frame, actually. Very, very simple. If you love doing your wash backgrounds, you love getting your gilding waxes involved, you're going to absolutely love these. £45 or $65. That's not all you get, though, of course, because we're going to throw into 10 sheets of the cherry Centura Pearl. Now, of course, Centura Pearl is the legendary cardstock that we stock here. That beautiful pearlescent. It's got such an amazing amount of luster to it, which is brilliant. You get all of that. Now, I don't know how you'd physically manage it, but if you did want to pick a couple of these, then you can. The price point is, again, absolutely fantastic. They're $6.99 each, or two for £10 or $17 if you want to get them that way. I know that 90% of you are just buying absolutely everything because the price is amazing when you get it all together. When you get them all together, you get the absolute best value, of course. Platinum members in the UK save an extra £9 on the cost of the off the cost of the bundle. Platinum members in the US would save an extra $13 off of that as well. So £45 or $65 is what everyone pays. I need to remind you about the luxury cardstock. Now, our luxury cardstock packs are always so incredibly popular because what they offer you is one shade of card, one colourway of card, but in 3 different finishes. Because what you've got is you've got the gorgeous matte mirror down here, you've got the mirror card, and then you've got the glitter card in here as well. And we're going to give it to you in the essential Christmas colours that you need. You've got the green, you've got the gold, that beautiful Christmas red, and you've got the ice blue there as well. You'll get all 4 of them. That's giving you 120 sheets of cardstock in total for £30 or $50. You're looking at 25 pence per sheet is your per sheet price. If you're in the UK, of course, Club Inspire members, you're going to be able to get even more off of that as well if you want to. Very, very busy on those at the moment. We also use those sparkle pens, which are fantastic. Let me take you through what you're getting. This is how they come packaged to you, by the way. So this is how they'll find their way to you. You get 6 in each one of these packs. But let me take you through the colour bundles that you've got in each one of these. So the first one you've got here is your autumn winter. Now, in that, what you're going to get is you're going to get smoke quartz, olive jade, harvest moon, red berry, holly leaf, and also starry sky. This one here is your vintage tones, and in that one you're going to get teacup, macaroon, biscuit, sage, peony, and fig. And then finally, this one here is your coastal cottage, linen, peach tree, sea spray, magnolia, cornflower blue, and pistachio. $49.98 if you want to get those, or $65.98. You're buying 2, and we're giving you that third one completely free of charge, which is fantastic. Mary on Facebook is saying, just want to give a shout out to Crafts Companions customer service. They are awesome, aren't they just? Lynn is saying good morning. Marie's here in Bermuda as well. You guys are absolutely loving them, and loads of techniques coming up. Why do you, our embossing folders are always so popular, so why do you think these ones specifically people are just loving? Because the pre-orders were just off the chart for these, weren't they?
Well, let me tell you, Joe, okay? There's embossing folders and then there's embossing folders. So, embossing folders were huge, kind of 10, 12 years ago, right round when I was first starting the business, actually, they were really popular. And then they started to tail off a little bit. I think the designs got a little bit samey and everything like that. And then a few years ago, we developed the technology to do 3D embossing. And that just completely revolutionized the embossing folder market. Now, every year, the pressure is on us as a business to get more and more and more intricate, more take the design onto the next level. And that's what we've done with these. The team, honestly, the team hate me because they have literally been on for months. Because, for example, if you look at this design here at Close, right? Can you see, again, it's about having the 3D-ness in those folders. And it's about being able to matte and lit to build up your colour, whether it's working with your colour blend pencils as we've done here, or whether it's just doing very simple kind of inky backgrounds and being able to rub the gilding wax over them. There is so much work that goes into the design side. What you've got to remember, our designers, they are people who craft. We have a huge team, a lot of our product development team, most of them are craft people, and then they work with our illustrators to explain to them, well, this is how we're using them, this is how I want you to translate that into the product. And every year we have to raise that bar higher and higher and higher. So it's not that I'm saying other Christmas embossing folders we've done in the past are not excellent. They absolutely are. These are a cut above. They are at the cutting edge of the technology that we can develop. They are at the cutting edge of design. You'll see we've pushed ourselves harder and further, whether it's the beautiful word ones and you've got those lovely 3-dimension around the letters, or whether it's those gorgeous designs like the poinsettia that I was just showing you, like the over the rooftops one that we had, like the Christmas wreath and the Christmas tree. They are absolutely next level when it comes to embossing. And the thing is, honestly, in the world of craft, Joe, embossing folders are relatively inexpensive. We have some dies that are £45, $65 just for that set of dies. This is giving you 8 completely different looks. So yes, by all means, just pick 1 or 2. If you're doing that, you absolutely need the poinsettia that I'm about to show you. I would definitely get one of the sets of words in there. Obviously, that over the rooftop's my favourite. But I will tell you now, for the fact that they're 2 for £10 or $17, it is pocket money, really. When you can get the whole collection for that price, it really is. Your embossed cards this year are going to be right up here. Whether it's using these in the background with some of your other dies, or whether this is the card, they are literally off the chart fantastic, right? So let's have a look. I'll get these put out the way. And should I start the next demonstration? I'm going to leave that
please.
One next. That's
Monica's
totally
saying, gosh, to be truthful, I love all of them.
See,
I don't think you're alone there, Monica. Love Embossing Folders, definitely Crafter's Companion one, sir, says Sarah. Wow, love that Deck the Hall cards, says Michelle as well. Lots of love for all of these. I mean, if you're a better person than I am, if you're able to choose 2 or 4 of these, I'd be going just for the whole lot. That's how you get the best value for money as well. And you just know then you've got the most amount of variety. You're going to be able to do the most amount of creating this Christmas, which is what's most important, isn't it?
Right, let me show you how to do this one here then. So this is a fantastic technique where we're actually going to put some of our ink inside the embossing folder, but have a mix of the different colours. So I'm using the poinsettia embossing folder for this one. What you're going to do is when you open the folder up, you'll see that the back of the folder is all raised, whereas the inside of the folder is indented. It's the inside of the folder where we're going to put our ink, because we want that to be on the raised part of our cardstock. Look at these hands, you can tell we're doing inky work today, right? So I'm going to ink up this side. Now, while I'm doing that, before we get started, I've just got a piece. I'm working with watercolour card for this one, right? So what I'm going to do is just take one of my little spritzers, yep, that one's full of water, and just give this a nice all over wet. So I just want to get this nice and wet.
Sarah?
I'm using the watercolour card with this one. Yep, so I'm definitely, because we're going to use that lovely, we do need to be able to watercolour with it. Now, just ignore the fact that I've got a little bit of blue on there, right? That was just off my fingers. Hey, off you go. Right, so we're going to leave that to one side for that to really soak in while we do the colouring, right? I'm just trying to keep nice and organised as well. So again, I'm going to just use this and dry off my base here. So what I'm going to do, Joe, is use some of our aqua pens. Now, really important this, aqua pens. The sparkle pens would do the same. Anything that is water-based, you can't use your alcohol pens. So don't use like your tri-blends or your classiques or whatever. It's not going to work, okay? Now, what I'm going to do, onto the indented side, I'm just going to colour. So we're going to have a middle to our poinsettia. And then I'm going to go in with a nice, this is crimson, and I'm going to colour in those gorgeous poinsettia, just the little bits that go inside, not the leaves behind, and we're going to do the leaves in blue.
Oh, Sarah, this is quite fabulous. I don't think I've ever seen you do this before.
No,
do
you
not
haven't.
need to be worried about marking or staining the embossing fold. Is everything going to end up being crimson and yellow after this?
No, don't worry. You're either going to use a baby wipe to clean it all up, or you can use like a or you can use, you know, the what do you call it, that came in with your apron.
Oh, your microfiber cloth?
Yep, you can use your microfiber cloth in the background as well. So you and a little bit of stick away. Let's have a look. I'm trying to work out what's leaves and what's bits of poinsettia here. And I'm going right in, because you've got that lovely brush nib, it's ideal to work in with. Now, we obviously used our, what do you call it, Joe? We used we wet the card.
Yes.
So you don't need to worry about the fact that this ink, you can see it's staying wet on the plastic. So you don't need to worry about that. There we go. It's looking good. And then
So
I'm
I
going to
guess
come in with the
you wouldn't
green.
do this with your alcohol markers because it would dry, would it,
dry
immediately?
instantly.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So actually, I think that might have been a bit of a poinsettia, but you know what? Never mind. It can be a bit of a leaf now. There's another bit. Actually, I'm not happy with that. I'm going to get a bit of baby wipe, and I'm going to correct my mistake on that bit there. Look, it's as easy to do as this.
I guess the great thing is that you can just take it off again quite easy, with it being a water-based ink as well. I mean, you get rid of it quite easy. Debbie's watching. Debbie, what am I like? Robinson, how are you, Debbie? We miss you here at Crafters TV.
Debbie's on Create and Craft with these tomorrow.
Is she?
So she might like this. Debbie, you could show them this technique as well. It's a fabulous one.
Loads of people saying, Julie's saying, good morning, Sara Joe, love the embossing folders, so looking forward to all the demos. The square shape is great, by the way, loving the square shape. That's actually a really good point, because you've got a couple of different shapes in here. So you've got predominantly square ones, and there are a couple of rectangle ones as well. The two sentiment ones, so the Deck the Halls and the Merry and Bright, they're sort of a bit more of a rectangular shape. But I guess, do you see an awful lot of square embossing folders out there, Sarah?
You don't. I mean, that's a good point. We try and do some square ones every year. We've never been able to do ones that are like this intricate and fabulous before, mind. I will be really honest in saying. So, it's a really good point, that one.
Debbie says she's watching and it looks interesting, and she's giving me the little emoji, you know, the little eyeglass emoji. I'm sure she's taking notes. Don't you worry about that.
So we've got all of our ink in there, okay? Then I've got we've got our cardstock that is nice and damp, but it's damp, not too wet. Oh, I'm not going to rub it over with my fingers. Let's have a look. Just make sure it's damp, but not too wet, because you're going to squeeze the water out. Bear in mind, we're about to put it through our embossing folder, right?
Which is basically like a mangle, as when we
mangle,
put it through
and it's going to squeeze. So I'm just trying to squeeze some of the water out without getting my dirty fingers on it. Right. So that's nice and wet. You're going to go face down with your nice wet cardstock. We're going to pop this down there now. And you can see there where we're going to get that colour, all right? So, with our sandwich combination, just like before, we're going to go base plate, then we're going to go your magnetic, your top plate. We're going to send these through. Now, within this collection, this technique works particularly well with the poinsettia. It works brilliant with the baubles. It's going to work fantastically well with the wreath design. So you'll see we've actually been doing a lot of this, a lot of thinking has gone into the design and what techniques you're going to be able to do here. That looks amazing, doesn't it? Just
it looks like vintage wrapping paper or something like that almost. I love it.
Vintage wrapping paper, and you see it's brilliant because it's getting us. I'm going to make sure this is nice and dry now, because we're now going to take it to the next level. So it's getting us that ink just where we want it, but it's not too much. And actually, by having put it through the machine, we've kind of mangled a lot of the water out. So can't we just take a moment to appreciate how incredibly well that's sculpted now? Because we wet the paper as well, and it's watercolour card, it's kind of pulped a little bit into there. That is off the chart, Joe, off the chart, right? Now, let's take it another level again. Little bit of our ink pad, right?
Which one are you using there, Sarah?
I've got a little bit of brown. Just any brown would do a treat, right?
We've got a fantastic 6-pad ink collection on the show for you. And you've got a seal brown in that one. Details are on the bottom of your screen there.
Thank you very much. So the ink pad collection that I put together for today's show, Joe, because I put it together, I put together colours that would work really, really well for this technique, right? Look, I've just realised I've missed a little one under here. Do you want me to show you what we can do? If you do that, then you miss a little bit. If you want to add a little bit more colour in on areas where you've missed it, right? All we can do very, very easily is you can come in. So that was with a little bit of moss, right? So we'll pop a little bit of moss down there. We can bring in just our paintbrush, take off most of the ink, and we can just pick up a tiny little bit and we can just paint in where we've missed the colour.
Because I guess it's already embossed, so all you're doing is then following over the detail that you missed.
Over the detail of the embossed bit, and I just want it very, very light. I had a little bit too dark to begin with there, and then a little bit of crimson for our little bit of poinsettia behind, and there we go. Nobody will ever know that I'd missed that bit out. There's a little bit here that's missing as well. We'll just fill it all in. You would never know that was missing. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do some techniques like this a little bit later as well. Right, here we go. Now, totally next level it. Obviously, you want your gilding wax on. So watch what's going to happen now when I come and take a little bit of, should we put some Empire Gold on? Traditional gold, I call this in the gilding waxes. This is the first one that ever came out. So take off the excess there, just rub it over the middle.
Oh,
and
wow,
now that embossing just
popped,
doesn't it? That embossing just completely pops. And every time I'm only using the tiniest amount because you can build it up, you can't take it back off. So the more you get that built up, oh yes, and then you can also buff it to a nice shine as well there as well. So I'm absolutely loving this technique.
Marianne, one of our newest viewers, Sara, says, good morning from New Jersey, Joe and Sara. I received my first order yesterday. So exciting. Another one is coming on Monday. What did you get, Marianne? Let me know what arrived already and what is coming on Monday. I'd love to know. I love the idea of so many people crafting along at home with us, Sara.
Oh, yes, you could be doing... Well, I bet loads of you have embossing power folders. And also what we can do is we can do another show with these in a few weeks' time when everyone's had them delivered.
That is
and
so
we can
shiny.
all make the cards together. Or you can come back, because I do everything in real time, you can come back and do it with me. So if you don't... That started as a wet piece of paper. That's all about. In fact, it started as a dry piece of paper and you even kind of could wet it along with me at the same time. And then to make that into a card, all I'm going to do, Joe, is I've got some of the gorgeous glitter card that we have on the show, all right? So I'm going to just do a little bit of matting and layering onto the glitter card. And then that is, you don't need to do an awful lot to the rest of the card. I honestly think it looks fabulous, just like that. So that just shows it off really, really nicely. And then I'm going to take it onto the front of a nice simple 6x6 card. That's the way that we want. So front of a 6x6. When you were saying about these being really nice as a square design, they do work really well. So, and they're just a little tiny bit smaller than 6x6. We designed it that way so that you can do your matting and layering on them and they'll look really, really good on a 6x6 card.
Lisa's asking, can you do that same technique with the sparkle pens if you wanted to?
Yes, absolutely. You could do the same technique with the sparkle pens. So I use the aqua ones because it's a little bit easier to be quite accurate with the colour. But yeah, you can. It's as long as it's water based, the technique works in exactly the same way.
Fantastic.
There we go. Merry Christmas.
That is absolutely gorgeous. And the thing was, I think if you were, if you've got a lot of cards to make, these embossing folders are great because it just needs nothing else other than a sentiment. You're ready to go, aren't you?
Absolutely. Ready to go straight up there. Right. It's going to take me a couple of minutes to get tidied down, ready for the next one, Joe.
No problem at all. I need to give you a reminder. Very, very busy now for these embossing folders. Remember, these are brand new. It is a world launch stock. No one has had their chance to get their hands on these until today. So, of the brand new launch stock, almost a fifth of it has gone. Let me run you through what you're getting individually. So I just love this with the gilding wax here. This is the ornate Christmas tree. You've then got in here as well the snowflake, which I think is fantastic. This one's great as well because you could quite easily trim this down a little bit if you wanted to, make that a slightly smaller topper. There's lots of different ways of using these. Then we've got that wreath here, which is your rustic wreath, which I just think is beautiful. Elements of that fussy cut and decoupaged up would be great, as they would actually with the poinsettia. And this one here is the elegant poinsettia that you're looking at here. And again, that colour, but check out that gilding. No, I think that's actually sparkle in the background there. I mean, it really is gorgeous. The way it plays with the light is fantastic. You've then got as well the opulent baubles, which is this one just here, and I think it looks absolutely beautiful. Again, lovely coloured in, a little bit of watercolouring there, and that detail of the tree in the background is lovely. Sara's favourite one is this one just here, which is your Night Before Christmas. Sara did that lovely stepper with this. This one's also been accented, as you can see, with some glitters, which is just beautiful. And then we've got your two sentiment ones as well. These are your rectangular ones. You've got, firstly, Deck the Halls just here, and you've also got Merry and Bright, which is that one there as well. Now, you can go for them on a 2-4. However, I don't think you're going to, because at that price, £45, it's incredible value for money. If you're a Platinum Club Inspire member, you'll get £9 off of that. You'll get $13 off of that if you're a Platinum Club Inspire member in the US, of course, as well. That's not all you're going to get as well, because we're then going to include for you as well, just as a little bit of an extra, just as a little bit of a bonus for going through all of them, we're going to give you that gorgeous cherry Centura Pearl, wonderful Christmas cherry there that you're going to really, really love using, either with or without these embossing folders. The value is absolutely amazing on this collection. It should be, oh no, I've dropped 2 of my cards, I'll get them in a minute. It should be $58.91 in the UK or $84 in the US. If you want to be amongst the first crafters globally to get your hands on these, you need to get your orders in today. As I said, a fifth of the stock has already sold out and gone. Now, let's move on to the ink pads. I want to show you this. I'm just going to, do you know what? I'm just going to whiz them in here for you so you can see them. There you are. So what you've got here is a great 6-piece collection. So you've got this one here. So you've got Silent Night in here. You've also got your Seal Brown. You've then got your Pine Tree, your Frosty Gray. Let's try that again. Frosty Jade. I don't know why I'm struggling with that one today. Green Topaz and Bordeaux. I always think it sounds like someone called Jade who's not in a good mood, Frosty Jade. That's why it always throws me. What's wrong with Jade? Oh, I don't know. She's been a bit frosty this morning. We've got a Jade over in the office, but she's far from... We've got a couple. They're both far from frosty, though. So that's why we've got it in an ink pad instead. If you want to go for those, help me. I'm digging myself deeper here, Sarah. If you want to go for those, £19 or $27, saving... Wow! Saving 35%. That is unheard of. Normally, when we bring you our big 29-piece ink pad collections, we give you a 35% saving. Certainly not on a 6-piece set. Snap those up for sure. Let me just bring in as well and share with you again the luxury cardstock. So incredibly busy here on this one. The great thing about our luxury cardstock is you get 30 sheets in a pack of this, which is brilliant. And what you get is our matte mirror, and also then our glitter as well. And in this festive edition, what you're going to get is you're going to get the great blue, that lovely ice blue. You're going to get that wonderful festive red. You're going to get that beautiful green there as well. Really true traditional Christmas colours in here in this. And you're going to get that beautiful gold as well. You're getting all 4 of them. Gives you 120 sheets in total for £30 or $50. That is, I can't quite believe it, Sarah, 25 pence per sheet for luxury cardstock quality.
In all the colours that you need as well.
Absolutely. I'm hearing some of you even multi-ordering on this. Absolutely you can. There's nothing to stop you doing that. Go for a couple of these. Go for 2 of these. You get free shipping and handling or free P&P as well in the UK because it'll get you up to that $100. Very, very busy. Loads of you commenting along. Sam says the luxury cardstock is totally amazing. Michelle is saying, Joe, the cards you're now showing, those ones there, are there any videos on how to make them? To be honest, Sarah's going through a lot of those techniques in this show. So what I would say is either share this feed to your own page, or you can save it, or even maybe make a note of it and then come back and watch it on our Crafters TV website. What a lot of people do is when they order the product, they make a note of when it was on, and then what they do is they then write on the product what day it was on. So every time you go to use the product, you'll know exactly when it aired, so you'll be able to go back and see it. Now, I want to just quickly talk to you about the gilding waxes. Very, very busy on these. They are always so incredibly popular when we bring them to you. There's a few different colours here for you, so you can go for either the King Gold, the Antique Gold, the Gold, the Renaissance, or the silver. It is completely up to you. £8.99 or $12.74 there if you want to go for those. Right, I was talking a lot about Club Inspire in the last few minutes just there. If you're fairly new to us here at Crafters TV, you might not be wholly sure of all the details. Here is Sara to take you through it all.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire. Now, I talked about people multi-ordering. Christine is very savvy in upstate New York. She bought 5 of the pads the other day when we launched the Rose Gold. She knew she just had to have them. She's also ordered 4 of the luxury card packs as well. Loads of you getting stocked up on that. Right, any questions that you've got as we go through? Anything you want to know? Because I know a lot of these techniques that Sara's showing you probably would have seen for the first time. You can let me know over on Crafters TV. The Crafters TV Facebook live feed is what I'm monitoring. Right, what are we going to learn next, Sara?
Well, I'm going to use that gorgeous wreath design, and I thought instead of a card, let's do like a nice little Christmas tag to go on the wall. It's like a big tag,
like a big tag,
like
perfect.
A really big tag. Okay, that wreath is fabulous. Fabulous. And what I'm going to use, Joe, is I'm going to use the wreath onto a little bit of watercolour card, do some watercolour techniques and get those sparkle pens out as well. Oh, don't you be going anywhere. Get the sparkle pens out as well. Now remember, raised element pushes up. So we're going to pop this inside the folder. Doesn't matter what size it is because we're going to fussy cut it out as well. So we've got that inside the folder. I'm going to build up my sandwich combination. So you've got your plain cutting plate, right? Then we're going to go with the magnetic. Then you're going with the top plate. Send that through and that will emboss absolutely perfectly. Now, one of the sets of pens, the colours in the set are just perfect for your poinsettia, for your wreath like this. I can't remember what the set's called, Joe, because I'm terrible like that, but it's the one bottom left for you, if that helps, right? Bottom left of your picture. It's got the brown and the reds and everything like that in.
Autumn, winter.
Autumn, winter, thank you. That obviously
and that's got in there, it's got the smoked quartz, olive jade, harvest moon, starry sky, holly leaf, and the red berry as well. That's the one.
Right, so you can either paint directly onto your folder like this, right, which will be quite intense, and then watercolour it out with your sparkle pen, or, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to instead of painting exactly, I'm going to get more of a bit of a feel going around there, right? So I'm going to get a little bit into the pine cone and then into the background. Now I'm just warning you now, Joe, so that you're about to lose us. I'll do all the colouring, right?
Well,
you better get us going with the comments.
Whilst you are doing that, and in that case, I'll let you know what's happening for the rest of the week here on Crafters TV, because it is jam packed. There will be a cartload coming up tonight with myself and Craig. I can't tell you that all the deals are live right now on the website, and you can shop them if you want to.
We've talked about this, Joe.
But yes, myself and Craig. What I'd say about tonight's cartload, there's a lot of very low stocked items on cartload, and there's a lot of very, very good deals as well. So make sure you join myself and Craig for that 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. on the East Coast. Tomorrow morning is, it's Colour Me Happy. We've got something brand new for you. We've got a brand new configuration of our Illustrator markers. I know they're always so popular, but in a new configuration, even more affordable than you would expect. Myself and Leanne will be here with that show for you at 11 a.m. So this time tomorrow. And then tomorrow evening, we're going to be in the Craft House. I'll be here. Craig will be here as well. And we'll be speaking live to one of you lovely lot at home too, which is fantastic. And then Saturday, we will have the best of course, all of the recent best bits and goings on here at Crafters TV. And then also Sunday, Second Chance Sunday. If there's anything you want to see on a Second Chance Sunday, by the way, you can let us know. You can email us, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Try that again. Studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. And we'll do our best to bring back what we can. Oh my life. And then next week is an even more the weeks just seem to get more and more exciting as we go on, Sarah.
I think you say that every week, Joe.
Next week is a big week. I'm not going to tell you too much about it now. I'll give you some more details when we get a bit closer. Loads of you commenting. Christine saying, I ordered 4 packs of the rose gold luxury card packs with the ribbon and embossing glitter as well, which she's just received. She's very happy. This was Christine that was, banging on harder than I was, Sarah, about the rose gold collection, or wanting to know what it was. And she's very, very pleased with it. Belinda says, haven't used my luxury card yet. Just keep looking at it. It's gorgeous. Gives you the idea then, that's why you need one to use and one to stroke. We get that a lot here on Crafters TV. Malia says she's received her gilding wax as well, and she loves that. Lots of you saying how much you're loving this show and all of the different techniques that you've got. Would these folders fit for a manual die cutting machine with a 6-inch opening? Asks Ray.
They would. They absolutely would.
Fantastic. So you can absolutely use them through there as well. The card packs are amazing. Quality is second to none. I won't use any card that isn't Crafter's Companion anymore. Says Andrea. We hear that a lot. And Sam also loving. Everyone's universally loving the card packs. And the card packs are going to work great in conjunction with these, I'm guessing, Sarah. Can we emboss? Because, of course, we talk a lot about cards and stuff. Can we emboss other cards, so like our glitter cards and those coated cardstocks? But are there other things we can emboss as well? Does it have to just be card and paper?
Oh, I tell you what, I was embossing this morning. I was embossing some of that lovely vellum from the Sarah Signature Garden of Love. Any of you who've got that vellum pack, it embosses absolutely beautifully well.
Wonderful.
But yes, you can emboss onto leather, you can emboss onto chipboard. Basically, if you can get it through your machine, you can emboss it.
Wonderful. Always good to know. So a lot of you talking about all the things you've been... it was Marianne, got her first order in New Jersey. She said that she received the So Inspired Magazine 10 with the bag templates, Christmas decor and the fat quarter. She's going to make the stuffed tablet holders as gift. Monday's order has low-tack tape, round blending tube, balloon sentiment stamp and die set, discovery kit to go with the balloon alphabet and numbers set and dies that she got from H10, a flagstone waterproof ink pad, stitched heart nesting dies for gift sets, watercolour paper, 4 more orders I'm patiently awaiting to arrive as well. Thank you so much. Looking forward to the mask. Thanks, Sarah, for the tutorial. Marianne sounds like she's having a lovely time over in New Jersey.
It sounds like she is indeed. Got lots of product coming on its way as well.
Yeah,
right,
absolutely.
I'm just what I'm doing is I'm just watercolouring. Now, when you use the when you use the clear sparkle pen to watercolour with, you don't lose any intensity of the sparkle. Can you see? So you still got all the sparkle. If you watercolour instead with the clear sparkle pen, if instead you use your brush, just like a wet brush or whatever, what will happen is you'll
dilute the intensity of the sparkle. So if you like a lot of sparkles at Christmas, which I definitely do and I know Joe does, then you're going to watercolour with your clear sparkle pen. And notice I'm trying to just do a little bit at a time. Where I'm not, can you see that's already starting to just soak into the paper. So just do a little bit at a time when you're doing your watercolouring techniques with that. And that's going to look lovely, right? So there is our lovely bow all coloured up with the sparkle pens there.
How do we clean that brush between colours, or do we need to, that overlay brush?
I generally do it on the side of my hand like this. Just
Okey
go on
doke.
like that. I'm going to end up nice and sparkly, but you see I've got all the red off there as well, right? And then all you're going to do is just literally fussy cut around the outside of this. Now, we can either sit and watch me fussy cut if you want, Joe, or in true Sara style,
Have you got one
I
you
have
did
got
earlier?
one that I fussy cut earlier, right?
But you are Sarah
can you see?
Scissorhands, so...
We're just going to fussy cut around the top like that, okay? So can you
I've
see?
never seen anyone fussy cut as quick as you. I mean, I'd be there a week just to do that little bit you've just done there.
There's the fussy cut one on there as well, Joe, right? And then to put the whole thing together, all I've done is I've literally got here just the base card. So I've used craft card, and I'm just matting and layering onto the craft card with the what you call this, with a backing piece of cardstock in that lovely it's like a tag. What's the name of this shape? Is it like a banner shape? Is it called?
I think it's a banner. Yeah, banner
Yeah.
tag is what it would be.
So
Or is
that
it a
goes on there.
fishtail? Some people call it.
Oh yeah, I heard that before as well. Let's have a look.
Fishtail banner. I think that is what it might be called.
Pokey tool. I appear to have strategically misplaced.
I
There it is.
haven't had your pokey tool. I can confirm.
Right, I'm just going to pokey tool into the edges. If you had a hole punch, you could use a hole punch, but you can guarantee I've never got to hand what I'm after, and then I don't want to waste the time going to look for it. So there we go. I'm just going to go through with them, and actually you can either go through from the front, or these look even quite nice. The other one that I did was poked through from the back, and we tied a knot in the front, and it still looked quite nice. So I'm just doing my nice little banner. Oh, we could hang this up in the studio, Joe, and it would look quite pretty,
whereabouts?
wouldn't it? You can have it on your side. Yeah.
I've got quite a growing collection over here.
All right, let's have a look. I'm going to just stick. Well, I'm just going to tie these in a knot, and that'll seal it behind the back, stop it coming back through.
Carol says, Joe, it's a tag. It is. It's a really big tag. Maxine says, I'm loving all of the tutorials. Thank you, Sarah, for the time you put in for us. I appreciate it, bunch. And she's praying for cooler weather. She's hot, and her AC went out 2 days ago. Send me cooler weather in Texas. Send it this way. Maxine, because we had about 3 days of summer, and then this morning I got up, the heating's not on in the house. It was absolutely freezing this morning. Was it cold where you are, Sarah?
Freezing.
So cold.
And it's the rain. It's got really miserable again with the rain. I can't believe it.
It'll come back. I'm confident.
It's July. Crikey, you wouldn't think it. Your mind a couple of weeks ago, you'd have thought it was positively tropical.
I know.
So, right, there's our Christmas. And then here is also the happy. So we've got Happy Christmas. And then all I'm going to do is have that Happy Christmas. I'm going to raise it up, make it a little bit 3D. Because the thing is, you've got that 3D embossing folder. You want the lovely 3D-ness in it. So that's going to go on the front there. And I think that looks pretty good, doesn't it? So you can hang that up. Whether it's like a nice door hanging or whatever it is, looks pretty nice. Oh, and it's got that lovely poinsettia matching in the background.
You could maybe put it on the front of your door if you didn't want to go for a wreath, because wreaths can be very expensive, can't they, when you buy them? They can be, what, 40 to 60 pounds easily? You could make that yourself, and you could hang that on the front door, Sarah.
Oh, absolutely. And it would look just fabulous. Now, the thing is, right, Joe, back in the day, embossing folders, they were basically, they had a bit of a bad rep. They were all about giving a nice pattern in the back of your card so that the rest of your card would look spectacular. These are not those sort of embossing folder. These are the ones that are going to make your cards look three-dimensional. They're going to look shop bought. Well, they're going to be even better than shop bought. But what I mean is, when you go into a shop and buy buy cards, you'll notice your cards will always be 3D embossed. You can see that 3D embossing on there. Look at shop bought cards. They're not. The cheap ones are flat. The ones that are really special are the ones that have the sculpted embossing in them. These are the folders that have that lovely sculpted embossing. built in to the embossing folder. Now, the thing is, we've developed the technology and we've been able to drive the price down. So each one of these folders, $6.99 or $9.95, is very inexpensive when you think of the technology that's built in, because each one of those individual baubles has been sculpted out so that you get this true three-dimensional effect when you colour your baubles or you colour your wreath. And then what you do is you take that technology and you marry it with the fantastic illustrators that we've got. So within our product development team, I've talked about this before, we've got the illustrators, but then we have the people who make the cards and do the crafts, okay, that get all these beautiful samples ready for us to show you here. So that team there is saying to our illustrators, okay, these are the different techniques I can do with the 3D embossing folders. It would be brilliant if I could have a rooftop scene where I had different levels of the rooftops built in. It would be wonderful if I had a wreath whereby you could see your bow was dimensional, but you had some bits in the foreground, some bits in the background, because I want to be able to ink that up. I want to be able to add the gilding wax, whatever. You've got that mix of two fantastic sets of minds. And then, of course, you've got the engineers who are working on these, who are having to sit and hand sculpt out every bit of that tool so that every embossing folder that we make for you has that three-dimensional sculpting on it. So more so than ever, every year we up our game in terms of technically what we are able to produce. Our illustrators up their game in terms of how they convert their hand illustrations into dies or folders or paper pads or whatever it is that we do. Every year we launch a set of Christmas embossing folders, and every year the pressure's on to make them bigger and better than last time. £45, $65 gets you everything in the range. And you'll see we will be using these. I mean, we're only in July now. We'll be using these from now right up till November. So you just think every time I'll get these out, whether it's in the background of a card, whether it's in another element, these are going to be the folders that are going to be at the forefront of everything we're doing for the rest of this year. You can have the whole collection. Yes, just cherry pick and buy a couple if you want, but trust me, more so than any other embossing folders we've ever made, these are the ones that are going to take your designs, your cards, whatever it is this year, tags, box lids, anything, right up to that next level. That's why they were so popular on pre-order. We had a phenomenal show this morning on Create and Craft when I launched, and you guys have absolutely gone bananas over them. We're only halfway into the show, and hundreds of you have already got hold of these folders. It literally has been one of our biggest, it's possibly the biggest embossing folder launch we've ever had here on Crafters TV, Joe, and that is really kind of pushing the boat out and saying something. So I'm going to get ready and show you. I've got another hour left. I've got loads more techniques to cover off with you, but the best thing you can do is, so those of you who are getting hold of these, whether you're getting just individuals or whatever, best thing is if you can order them on the website at the same time you're watching. Now, if you've seen this loads of times how to do this, now's a great time to go and get your order in. If you're brand new to us, like a lot of the viewers we've had on today, you can actually watch everything I'm doing at the same time that you're shopping, so you don't miss out on anything. So if you haven't seen us explain to you how to do this, Joe's going to walk you through it. If you have, great time to get your checkout done, and then you can come back and watch the rest of the demonstration. So I'll see you in about a minute.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details, of course, there of how you can shop and watch at the same time. You never need to miss out on the deals. All the demonstrations are getting very, very busy on that big collection. Right, I want to just quickly recap some of the bits that Sara used in that previous demonstration. There was a lot of chatter there about the sparkle pens. Now, they are available. They're in stock, ready to go right now. It's a three-piece collection. You've got the Coastal Cottage here, and in this one, you get the Linen Magnolia, Peachtree, Cornflower Blue, Sea Spray, and the Pistachio. You're also going to get the vintage tones, and in there you get Teacup, Sage, Macaroon, Peony Biscuit, and Fig. And then finally, you also get Smoke Quartz, Starry Sky, Olive Jade, Harvest Moon, and the Red Berry. Now, they should be $24.99 each, these. However, you get 3 of them for that fantastic price of $49.98. So you're buying 2 there. We're going to give you a 3rd one completely free of charge, which makes them really, really great value for money. So you've got those. Don't miss out on those. Now, I also need to remind you again about the luxury card packs, because these are, well, they're so busy when we bring them to you at full price, and they should be $9.99 each in the UK. However, you can get 4 of these for £30 or $50, which is great. So you're going to get in here the gold. Now you get, in all of these colorways, you get 10 sheets of the 10 sheets of the mirror, 10 sheets of the matte mirror, and 10 sheets of the glitter card. So you're going to get the gold in there. You're also going to get that glorious green. You've got the real fantastic berry red, and you've got that wonderful ice blue in there as well. All 4 of those are going to give you 120 sheets, £30, $50, 25 pence per sheet is your per sheet cost there. It's fantastic value. Why so many of you are multi-ordering on these. Was it Christine? Did she go for 4 of these? I think it was. Now, without a doubt, the absolute star of the show, other than Sara, of course, is our embossing folder collection. It is off the chart busy for these at the moment. It's the first day you've had a chance to get your hands on them. It was a brand new global launch today. You will not have seen these in the US. You will not have had your chance to get your hands on them yet. If you want to be amongst the first crafters to get hold of these, then you need to get your order in today, is what I would suggest. This one here, that one is your ornate tree that you've got there. You've also going to get then the snowflake in here as well. And of course, each one of these cards is just a snapshot of the different ways you're going to use it. All the technique can be used on all of the different cards. You've got the rustic reef, which is this one here. We then have the elegant peony there for you as well, which is just beautiful. I love it with that sparkle in the background. And I'm guessing that's a pen over the top. Just a really, really wonderful technique. You've got the baubles here, which are beautiful. You've then got it was the night before Christmas, sorry. And you've got this is actually now the most popular one individually, and that's been accented with some glitter, and also I think this is Sara's favourite as well, so no wonder that is out in the lead. Then you've got the 2 sentiment ones, which are more rectangular. So you've got your Deck the Halls here, and I just love this one. I'm not sure what ink has been used on that, but it is absolutely beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. So many things that you can do with these. Of course, it all starts with you getting them though. £45 or $65 if you want to get hold of them. Remember as well, you're going to get that cherry cardstock included as well, that beautiful Centura pearl in there as well. You can of course still use your club discount with these. Platinum members, you're saving an extra £9 in the UK, an extra $13 if you're in the US. If you want to get your order in, you want to then be able to sit back, relax and know these are on the way, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, click shop the show and get them in your basket. They are available individually and on a 2-for, but literally everyone, I'm hearing 90% of you are going for that big collection. Loads of questions still coming in. A lot of love for the luxury cardstocks as well. A lot of people talking about how glorious the weather there is where they live, which doesn't really help us, does it, Sara?
No, not really. Not really. You just make yourself feel a little bit better about that, though. Right. How about should we do just a nice, quick, simple? Instead of a card, let's do a nice, quick, simple box. So very simple. Go back to basics with embossing folder techniques. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do this box here. So we're going to learn how to do, we're just going to emboss the tree, a little bit of embossing, a little bit of colour into the background. The tree is a perfect one to do this with. So all I'm going to do, get the tree embossing folder out. Now remember, with all of these folders, the front of the folder is plain, the back of the folder has the Gemini logo on it. So if you want to make sure, if you've got cardstock, for example, let's have a look like this, right? So if you've got a cardstock like this, a mirror card, you want to be putting it under so that you can see the design on the front. In fact, let's just send that through while we're here. Might as well see what the design looks like. Send that through. Your sandwich combination is base plate, then your folder. You've got a magnetic and a top plate in this one. And what you'll see is it just forces the fibres of the paper into that sculpted, moulded, three-dimensional top. That's the beauty of three-dimensional folders, is each one of them is sculpted. So when you see that there, can you see every little bit around the top here of the tree? It's not just raised up, it is truly sculpted under there. You can really see it when we look at the back there, just all the different layers. And then these snowflakes in the background are just very, very subtle, because they're like the subtle background, the tree is the main deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this onto a piece of just plain white cardstock. So this is our stamping card, which we do have available if you want to go for some stamping card here. And I've cut the cardstock to just over 5 inches, okay? So all of these embossing folders are the 6-inch embossing folders. However, the design, we've put the design more central to the folder, so that if you wanted to do like a 5-inch or a 5.5 inch and leave a bit of a gap for matting and layering, it's all designed with that in mind, okay? Now take that folder. It looks nice when it's embossed, don't get me wrong, you can see it. However, it really comes to life when we add a little bit of ink. So I've got here some of the midnight ink, and I'm putting it on but taking most of it off, just dotting with this. And then what I'm going to do is ever so slightly, just gently, is come and just add a little bit of ink round the side of the folder, and you see how it picks up those little embossed pieces that we've got. So the same here, I'm just going to pick it up ever so gently, just give it a bit of a rub, and we pick up the colour around the edges here. So nice and soft, picking up the snowflakes. I'm leaving the tree for now, and then on the base where we've got the snow bit, I'm just going to do little circular motions to bring that colour in and up from the bottom. So it looks like the tree's kind of grounded a little bit there, all right? So there we go. Now, that is going to give you the lovely blue shade in the background. Now, what if we want a little bit of a hint and a tinge of colour? You can do that with your Midas ink pads, okay? So I've got here my gold Midas ink pads. So your Midas ones are the ones which are, let's have a look, I've got a nice applicator for this. The Midas ink pads, they're all on the website. These are all metallic ones. And I'm just going to flick in a little bit of gold around the edges. And this is the best way to do it, is with an ink pad here if you want that gold finish around the edge.
I bet the Midas ones would look wonderful on the sentiment embossing folders as well, over the top of those.
Yes, they absolutely
Can you use
would.
the Midas and the Gilding wax together? Because
Yep.
I bet you'd get double bling then.
That's exactly what I'm about to do on this one. So I'm using the Midas to give me like the gold tinge around the outside, and then also a little gold tinge over top of those snowflakes, right? But where you want, this will give you like the tinge. Let's do a little bit of a tinge up from the bottom as well, right? So this is the tinge, but then what we really want is we want full-on sparkle around the tree. And the gold in the Midas ink pad will perfectly match the gold if you want to use your, let's have a look, Empire Gold. Yes, this is the right one, Empire Gold. It matches beautifully the Empire Gold in the Gilding wax. So now what I'm going to do is just use the Empire Gold, give it a bit of a rub over this tree.
If you didn't want to use your finger to put this on, I know maybe you've got like uber sensitive skin or something like that, Sarah, is there anything else you could use to apply that?
I've never used anything else to put gilding wax on.
Could you use a brush maybe? Like a really, like a
yeah.
stipply brush?
Yeah, quite a stiff one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would still work, absolutely. So I like, because you know I'm tighter than anything, Joe. So I like to use my finger because it's a great way to control how much you're putting on, and then you use less of the product. So you'll see whenever we open the gilding waxes, we've never used very much out of any of the pots because
They look like a new one every single time.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, we've used a little bit out of it, but this is the one we've had in here for the last year, and I kid you not, the last year. Once you buy a gilding wax, you'll not need to buy it again, right? So what I've done is I've got the nice tinge around the outside of the tree there, and you'll see that's given us the nice shine here, but then the Midas has given us the gold finish around the edge, which you couldn't get with a gilding wax. So different tools for different jobs, as it was.
When you're putting that Midas on, Malia wants to know, are you using a lot of pressure or are you just going very lightly around the edge with that Midas ink pad?
So I start off very lightly, and then I start and build up, so when I want to build up the intensity of the colour. It's the same with anything. You should always start off lighter and build up the colour as and when you get to that kind of stage to do that.
Always good to know. Thank you for that.
Oh, look at this. I mean, cardstock, tiny little bits. I've matted and laid it to size, but it's a tiny bit small. I'm just going to cut another piece. Have I got some craft card? Oh, I know what it would look lovely with. Some of that lovely gold mirror card. I'm going to use some of the gold mirror card that we've got. So I'm going to go slightly larger. So that was 5 1/4. So I'm going to go to 5 1/2.
Very busy on the luxury card pack, as we knew it would be, because of course they're your 4 core Christmas colours. The blues, the reds, the greens and the gold in there. You're getting the mirror, the matte mirror, and you're getting the glitter as well, which is fantastic.
There we go. Absolutely perfect. Just shows off the gold on there nicely. Now that would be the nice front of a card. Joe, that would cut out, if you fussy cut that,
oh, I know what
you
you're
would
gonna say.
then have the matching tag to go with your card. But all I've done is I've just die cut some pieces so that this will go on the front of my box, you see.
Do you know what might be nice, Sarah? And this could be totally wrong. It might be nice to, I mean, get me all the ideas, none of the execution. If you put it on some gold mirror card, fussy cut it, and then lifted it up on some foam pads. You know, so you had like a bit of the mirror card flashing out from behind. You think that would be good?
Get you, Crafty Joe. I'm going to nickname you Crafty Joe with all these ideas, Joe.
I mean, I can't do anything about these ideas, but I'll keep putting them out into the world.
You could keep putting them out there, and I'll craft them up for you in the shows that we do, right? So here we go. All 4 sides. Can't remember which one's my lid. This is my base to go under my lid. And then you see this, with a little bit of tape around the outside, we can make a super duper awesome box in pretty much no time at all there. How good does that look with the top on the box? Really professional there. There we go.
Absolutely gorgeous. As we're going through the show, it's just getting busier and busier and busier on that large collection. I can see why all of you are going for the big collection, because you're going to get what you're getting. You're getting 8 brand new embossing folders for what, £4.50. However, per embossing, 8 there for just over £5. You're getting for about £5-6 per embossing folder. If you're in the club, though, I mean, even if you're in, if you were silver in the club, you get £4.50 off. So you're basically getting them for £5 each, which is amazing value for money. I just quickly run you through all the designs that you're getting in there. You've got that tree, of course, the iconic Christmas tree. You've got the snowflakes. What I love about all of these, they're all iconic Christmas images, really. You've got the wreath, which is fantastic here. You've then got the poinsettia there as well, which is fantastic. That's going to look beautiful, fussy cut and added on as extra dimension. You've got your baubles in here. There is also that wonderful night sky there. And you've then got 2 sentiments for you as well. Deck the halls, and you've got Merry and Bright. And this has been done with a lovely paper flower on here. No reason why you couldn't get your foam flowers involved there as well and use those as a stopper. I think they would look absolutely gorgeous in here. £45 or $65. Brand new launch today. Even though it's a world launch stock, we're still going to give you that great discount. As you can see, 20% you're getting off of it. The luxury cardstock's just getting busier and busier and busier as we go through this show, because what you're getting, of course, in each one of these is 10 sheets of the glitter, 10 sheets of the mirror, 10 sheets of the matte mirror. You're getting it in the blue. You're also getting it in the red. You're going to get it in the gold, and you're getting it in the green as well. You're getting 120 sheets there, which means you're paying 25 pence per sheet for great, great quality cardstock is what you're looking at. So don't miss out on those. I know a lot of you multi-ordering on those as well at the moment. Also, don't miss out on the ink pads. Very, very busy on these. Sara put this festive ink pad collection together for you. And in here, you've got Silent Night, Seal Brown. You've also got Pine Tree, Frosty Jade, Green Topaz, and you've got Bordeaux as well. Now, you can tell that Sara put this together because I never get this kind of discount on an ink pad collection of this size. 35% or over a third. This is what you'd normally get when we bring you a 29-piece collection. When you're talking, £100 or more, Sara's got your 35% discount on something that should be less than £30 anyway. They're a no-brainer at that price, aren't they, Sara?
Well, they're the colours I've put in that you're going to need. So the browns, the greens, the reds, a little bit of blue to go with that lovely nighttime shade. Those are the shades that you're going to need. If If you haven't got any of our ink pads, this was my thinking with this set. If you don't have any and you haven't tried it before, that set gives you all the colours that will work perfectly well with these embossing folders. So they'll work brilliantly with all sorts of stuff, but if you haven't tried any of the water reactives before, this is the set to go for.
Absolutely fantastic. Do not miss out on those. The water reactives are among our most popular ink pads that we bring to you. Loads of you still going. Maybe Sarah should referee a craft war between Joe and Craig. Absolutely not. He would beat me hands down. If it was like a Eurovision knowledge war, or, you know, like a shiny gold pants war, maybe I could get away with it then. But no, he would absolutely beat me hands down, I'm afraid. Sarah, we've got about half an hour left on this masterclass. I know you've got loads more still, though, that you want to squeeze in.
Come on, I best get cracked on them, because I know you have craft vault at the end of here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a nice inky background. So I'm just going to use a couple of the ink pads. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of baby blue here, and you just see when you're using your ink pads, you see you can pick the colour up directly from the ink pads if you want, and just blend them in. And because your water reactives are water reactive, it makes them all blendable. So can you see I'm starting with the blue. Now the baby blue isn't in this set. I've expanded out beyond the colour selection in this set here, right? But you do have this beautiful midnight in this selection. So if you want to go for the midnight, can you see how the midnight will then come and blend in with that baby blue collection? Now I'm rushing it a little bit here, Joe. When you get it home, you won't rush them. And all I'm doing is make sure I get that all blended perfectly into place. And then I'm going to blend the blue into our purple. So I've got the damson wine one here. And I'm going to blend this in. So picking up the shade, blend the purple in from the bottom, and you'll see that purple will mix beautifully well with the blue. Now, if you're not sure, I've done a masterclass in the past on the ink pads. So you can always go back and watch the masterclass on the ink pads if you want to learn a little bit more about how you do your inky backgrounds. In fact, I'd watch the masterclass on the ink pads, and also Leanne's done a couple of masterclasses on our sparkle pens. So if you watch those masterclasses, what you're going to be able to do is learn how to do your fantastic inky backgrounds, which will form a lovely basis for a lot of your embossing that we're going to do. So I've got that inky background. I'm going to use my Deck the Halls embossing folder, and watch what we're going to do. So if we pop this in, remember you want to be reading the words. So you have Deck the Halls essentially facing up towards you. So I've got that just the right size. Sandwich combination we're going to use, as it's been all along with all 3D folders, is your base plate, then your magnetic, then your top plate. Trust me, what you will do, and I still do it now sometimes without thinking, is pick up the two clear plates, because that's what you would normally use for an embossing folder.
What would happen if you did that, Sarah?
The machine won't take it.
Okay.
It'll try to start and feed them through, then realise it's too thick, and it just won't take it. All right?
Mally is saying, if Craft Wars was done at Craftaganza, Joe could go up against an audience member. Absolutely not. I would get absolutely spanked as well by anyone, I think. If it was maybe a crochet war off, I'd get involved, but that'd be about it, I'm afraid.
It can be any type of craft we want it to be, Joe, can't it?
Maybe then, maybe we could. I think it'd be quite a long Craft Wars if we had to crochet something.
Very
Imagine
true.
3 days in, everyone's, you know, everyone's given up and gone home, I think.
Right, what I've done is I've then just used the tools to re-highlight back over all of that. But then watch what I am going to do. I'm going to bring in my silver Midas pen, all right? And I'm just going to use you've got a brush end and you've got the fine end. I'm just going to go up the middle where we've got that, there's like a line you can follow. I'm just going to follow that line up the middle. This looks, let me tell you, very expensive and luxurious when you do it, Joe. You're going to lose me again.
Beautiful. I know, you're going into a metallic something. I'll make something up for that, don't you worry. Jan says, I thought I'd ordered all the Christmas embossing folders I would need, but no, I had to have 2 more. I couldn't resist the poinsettia and the Santa's sleigh scene. Mariah says she sat on her hands as long as she could. Embossing bundle purchase. Looking forward to a crafty Christmas. Lots of you saying, oh, more about craft, what never going to happen. Lots of you talking about going for this. Oh, luxury cardstock is what I'm hearing about. Someone thinking that it might have sold out already on the website. I'll double check that for you and get that checked. Malia says, Joe, have faith. You've learnt a lot so far. And Robin says, do a messy craft wars. I can make mess. If you need someone to make a mess, oh my word, I am your man. As long as I don't have to clean it up afterwards, absolutely, I'll be there. Don't you worry about that. Very, very busy on this big collection. It is brand new today. No one else has had this before today in the world. It is a world launch, which is so exciting. A lot of the stock has sold out and gone. We had a lot of people that pre-ordered this as well. So if you do want to be amongst the first crafters in the world to get your hands on it, then today is definitely the best day to get your order in. Great time to order now. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. That is looking super shiny. Shiny, but not too bling. It's like a little bit, it's kind of muted, which I like.
I'm going to show you it to the front, the front up camera as well, because that's where it looks really good. What do we call it? The in front, the in vision, the close up. Yep. You can have any special name you want, right? Now, here's what I'm going to do, right? I've already got ready a diorama card. So that is one of the ones whereby you do this, you're going to score at like half an inch, and it makes you this sort of shape here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer up onto the base here my lovely Deck the Halls. So I'm going to put that in the background here. And then I'm going to, the front one, with just, I'm going to stick it over top of this one. So it kind of all comes together in one. So there we go, that there. Same here. And you see that, it just gives you that really nice framing. Now, because this looks brilliant in the background, don't overdo it at the front, okay? So don't put too much stuff onto it. So all I'm going to do is I've die cut, you know, from our lovely poinsettia range that we have, I've die cut a few little bits and pieces. Where have I put them? Here they are. And I'm going to just stick these on with the 3D glue gel. So here we go. I've got.
Jan says she loves the metallic markers more than any single item that she's ever purchased. There's a glowing endorsement.
There's a real.
Maybe we need to try and get them back on. We haven't seen the metallic markers for a little while, have we? And they are very, very versatile.
It's been a few weeks, but you can go back and you can watch the masterclass. Right, here we go. I knew I had 2 of these. So all I'm going to do is a nice globule of glue gel. Do like that word, all right? Globule.
It's your favourite. That's your word of the week, I think, this week. Globule.
Globule of glue gel, just to hold them in place. And then also I've got these lovely little bits from the poinsettia, and I'm just going to stick them on. Now obviously you need to keep the bottom of your card fairly flush, so don't stick them over the bottom piece, but they can go over the other edges like this. Get them into place, and then I'm going to put a little ribbon on the top side as well. That's going to just go up there nicely. And then down here, I've got some gems somewhere. You know, a couple of little gems. I've lost my gems. Who needs a few gems? Looks nice without gems, doesn't it? There we go.
It looks gorgeous.
So, but just make sure you let all that dry before you start and pick it up. Yeah, there you go. That Deck the Halls looks lovely. It's just nicely framed.
Another beautiful technique there, and again you can use all of the techniques with all of the folders that you're seeing. I'm going to whiz you through them again, just let you know what is included. I'm not even going to bother talking about them individually because everyone in the last half an hour pretty much has gone for the whole collection, because in there you're going to get the most amount of craftability, which is fantastic. Whether you're using it with your gilding waxes, whether you're bringing your other dyes in, these are great because they're a stash rediscoverer. You'll go back in and find bits you hadn't used for ages, whether it's inks and pens and gems or glitters or dyes that work beautifully with these new embossing folders. I love the way that the corners have been used. How many of you got loads of corner dies in your stash at the moment? Get them involved with that reef. The poinsettia looks just beautiful. I mean, I think you need to do nothing to that. A little bit of a sentiment on there and that looks gorgeous. You've then got the baubles. All of our American viewers saying they never call them ornaments anymore, Sarah. They're all referred to as baubles now, absolutely.
We started the trend.
We did indeed. And then you've got that wonderful night sky scene there as well, accented this time. They've got Santa and the sleigh and the reindeers. This has been accented with some glitter there, and we've also then got the two sentiments. So you've got Deck the Halls, which is this one here, and you've got that Merry and Bright. Both of those absolutely gorgeous. Remember, when you get it in this configuration, you're also going to get that wonderful cherry cardstock included in that as well for you. Great value, £45 or $65. You can, of course, use your club inspired discount as well. Silver members, you'd save another £4.50. Platinum members, you'd save an extra £9 on that. You'd save $6.50 in the US if you're a silver member. Platinum members, you're going to save £13. Make sure you get them in your basket. Make sure you're amongst the first crafters to get your hands on these. Right, time to squeeze one more in, do you think, Sarah?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to go right back to the beginning, to that technique we did at the beginning with the sparkle pens, okay? I think I might do a little bit differently this time though, Joe. Yeah, let's do a little bit differently, right? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just blodge down some bits of colour, right? If I'd done this really well, I could have done this behind where the snowflakes were going to be, couldn't I? Never mind. Think of that afterwards, right? And then I'm going to splodge the dark into the lighter colour, right? So this is my lighter colour of blue, just splodging around the dark colour. There's nothing technical about this, Joe. It is literally just me making a little bit of a splodgy mess, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in with my paintbrush and I'm just going to splodge all of this together so that we create like a nice kind of coloured background. So they'll all kind of merge and blend into one, but you'll get that lovely sparkle finish as well. So this is just a different way to do it. And there's loads of background techniques that you can do with your sparkle pens. I'm just showing you a few. You could do those lovely techniques that we've shown you before in the back, where you put the salt crystals on and leave them to dry. And
shaving
like
foam.
Shaving foam technique would look amazing.
I guess all of your background techniques will work with your embossing folders, but as long as they're dried off and left to completely set, then they'll be good to go through there.
Any technique that you wanted off. And what I would say is the darker the colour, the more this is really going to show up. Now, can you see what a spark, as it's starting to dry, you're starting to see the sparkle really accentuate all over there. Now, I'm going to dry it. It won't be too dry, because if your card's a little bit wet, the emboss will take even nicer to it, right? So if I just go again, let's just make sure we're nice and clean. Not least because I don't want to get anything on my nice purple dress. Right, here we go. Let's get me moved over there. Right, snowflake one, Joe's favourite. Right,
I
here
love
we
this
go.
one.
So snowflake again. You want, because we put sparkle pen on the top, what you want is the Gemini on the back. So you're going to put this so that you can see those lovely snowflakes. Got them all laid over like that, right? And then you want to build this up. And you want to then send it through your machine, right? Now that's going to, because the cardstock's a little bit wet, it's going to push, bear in mind it's not a regular folder, it's a 3D folder, it's going to push all of that wet watercolour card into all of the little nooks and crannies of the folder. Now, I am going to totally blast it off dry now, Joe.
Christine has said she uses the metallic markers. She uses them to decorate bottles of rhubarb gin and her rhubarb and raspberry jam.
Nice.
Delicious.
Sparkle pens, honestly, off the
Rhubarb
chart.
gin.
Sparkle pens are off the chart. Now, I'm going to do the technique that I showed you before, where we have the, let's just do it with this one here. So I'm going to use the silver Midas this time to just bring in a little bit of silver from around the edges. So can you see that there? So I'm just dragging the silver from the edge on there a little bit, and it's going to give us like a nice sheen around the outside. So here's my silver sheen from the outside. Then what we're going to do, and it's like a bit of a mix of all your different techniques here. So we've got that sheen coming in, absolutely loving it. And you're starting to see it just rubbing over the snowflakes a tiny little bit. Then what I'm going to do is get the silver gilding wax out, and we're going to have our little ethereal feel behind the snowflakes. So when we give this a bit of a rub over, now we've got those snowflakes totally coming to life. So a little bit of it. And because they're 3D, like look at that one there. Can you see? It looks like you've got some bits of the snowflake in the background and some are in the foreground. Let's do it again on this one down here. So just tiny little bit, just rub over. And again, some bits of the snowflake in the background, some in the foreground, makes them completely come to life. And then anywhere where you want to accentuate or highlight it even further, you just come in with your silver sparkle pen. And so if I want to go in the middle here, and I can just colour in all of the middle, and I can just actually draw all the way up that snowflake on the very, very top levels and make them stand out even more. And that's mixing all these different mediums. So we've got our sparkle pens in the background, you've got your we're using the metallic pen now, we've used the gilding waxes, we've used the Midas ink. So everything you've already got at home, it's just bringing it all together to give you like the most awesome effects.
It really, really does. And I think what you've seen as well through this is it doesn't matter sort of what your stash is built up of, I should say. Whatever you've got in your crafty stash, you're going to be able to bring these in, and you're going to have some inks. You're going to have things that you can use to create amazing techniques. Even if it's just colour cards and then sanding it back. I mean, that is another great thing you can do with these. I think you're going to absolutely love them. And it's why we've been so very busy all the way through this show. And it's just getting busier and busier and busier as we move towards the end of the hour as well. Jan says, Crafter TV, I'm so bad about taking pictures. I've given away the cards already. I'll try to remember the next ones. Jan, you've got to take pictures of everything you make.
Jan, we want to see it all.
Project. Before you give it away, as soon as you finish it, click a picture, and then you know that you've always got it good to go then, which is always fantastic. Just a little bit of a heads up as well about what is happening later today here. Cartload, of course. Thursday evenings now mean cartload, which means myself and Craig will be here with a very fast and very furious 2-hour sale show. All the deals are live right now over on the website. That is looking beautiful. I just love this one. I think it's so opulent, this snowflake one. Or just it's a bit less is more, isn't it? I think it's gorgeous. I think the great thing is about all the designs in here, they play to every style of crafting you could want. Some of them are a bit busier, some of them are a bit more pared back, some of them are a little bit, I've got sentiments as well. So good mixed bag, Sarah.
Well, it is, and the thing is, let me just tell you, I mean, we've done embossing folders before, absolutely we have. You've probably got some of them as you're watching here. Let me tell you, the designs that we've done this year just take account of the latest developments in terms of what we've been able to manufacture. It also takes account of what our illustrators, you've got to remember as well, we've got a bigger team now. Our team is getting bigger and bigger all the time. So we've got this fabulous big team of specialist people who have got amazing skills. So we've got people who are brilliant at illustration, people who are brilliant at the technical side of the let's have a look. I can't talk and work at the same time. People who are brilliant when it comes to the engineering of it. And what you've also got to remember is we're very lucky in that we have some pretty awesome crafters work for us too. So what happens is they can visualize, they are at the cutting edge of all the trends in the card making industry, and then that's what gets fed through to all of our product designers, which is why, for example, these snowflakes are just off the chart, loads more intricate and detailed than any other snowflakes we've done before, because we're just getting better and better every year. Every time we do more, our designs are just getting stronger and stronger. So if you look at that there, I mean, have you ever seen 3D embossed snowflakes that are that three-dimensional, Joe? I mean, that is just next level embossing. And whether it's the snowflakes, whether it's that you've been doing, so let's have a little reminder of what we've done. Right back at the beginning, we did that wonderful card where we've got the just the rooftop scene, and we were able to just give a little bit. In fact, that's not the one that I did, because I made a lovely silver moon. I went even darker. That's the one I made on Create and Craft this morning. How awesome is that little silver moon on there? Just the whole design with the snow on the rooftops looks immense, okay? We did that fantastic technique where you put the colour into the embossing folder and you can get that three-dimensional look like that. We did the box where we did the very, very simple with the embossing onto with the gilding wax on there. I can't even remember what else we've done. We did that lovely Deck the Halls one where we did the diorama card on here, Joe. Oh, we did the lovely wall hanging, didn't we? So we did the wall hanging. So it's been quite a good masterclass in terms of different techniques we've learned. But trust me, You try and do these techniques, you do them with all embossing folders, you'll come back and you'll find exactly what I'm talking about when I say the wreath has got more layers in than ever before to show off those different techniques that you can do now. For £45, $65, it's not very often we say you can get 8 different designs or the whole collection for that sort of price point. Yes, just go and cherry pick the ones that are your favourites if you want, but trust me, these are what you're going to be seeing me use now for the next 6 months from now, well, 5 months from now up till nearly Christmas, and the more techniques you'll see with them, the more you're going to fall in love with them. I know, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. You've fallen in love with them. So busy on these. Mariah says, quirky to classic to chic. Sarah and the team have done it again, and a lot of you absolutely loving these. Massive thank you to Sarah as always. Oh, Sarah, I'm not with you now until... Oh, it's going to be
next
ages.
Week. Oh, he's good. I know it is Thursday morning though. So you've got Craig later today for what?
No, but we're not back together. Friday, in the morning. I'm with Leanne tomorrow.
I know.
Then Friday night, I'm with Craig. I'm here on my own Saturday and Sunday, and then I'm with Leanne Monday morning. Am I? Oh, I don't know when it's going to be. Wow.
It'll be next. It won't be that long. It won't be that long. At the most, it'll be next Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning.
Maybe, hopefully. That's quite a long time in the grand scheme of how things have been recently.
That is very true. Because everyone's back now. You see, we've got all these people chomping at the bit, wanting raring to go, fighting over shows. That's literally how it happens here. People fighting over the shows to do. I have to arm wrestle Leanne every week for who gets to do Colour Me Happy. It's like a favourite show of the week. So yes, so Leanne is here in the morning with Colour Me Happy. And of course now Craig's back. You've got Craig on the amazing cartload. He was desperate to get on a cartload tonight with all the deals, and he has put together some amazing deals with Joe. So make sure you enjoy that. But bear in mind, this is not the end of the show, because from here, Joe's got his fantastic deals for you in the craft vault. Oh. So I'll let him give you the details of all this one here before he does all his craft vault details.
Absolutely. I'll just recap this deal here. Remember what you'll get. I'm not even going to talk about the individuals, because everyone, literally 9 out of 10 of you, are going for this one here, which is the large collection. So what you've got here is that beautiful Christmas tree. You've got the snowflakes in here. You've also got the wreath here as well. I've got that gorgeous poinsettia coming to you. You're going to get the Christmas ornaments, or the baubles as they're called. You've got the cityscape in here as well, that sort of lovely Christmas scene. And you've got the 2 sentiments. You've got the Deck the Halls, and you're going to get the Merry and Bright. Loads of you now making up your mind and going for this. Remember as well, in this configuration, you're also going to get that beautiful cherry cardstock as well. There's something about the luster on this. It's absolutely gorgeous. So make sure you grab it. Make sure you don't miss out on it, because I really want you to be amongst the first crafters to get your hands on this and be able to get it first. £45, $65. You can use your Club Inspired discount as well, and you're saving 20% on what is a brand new world launch stock. Right, very, very busy masterclass thus far. It is not over yet though. Up next, we're going to journey into the craft vault. Oh yes, it is not over yet. We have got the craft vault, and what a fantastic craft vault it is as well for you. You've got great savings, as you always would, because what you've got in the craft vault is me rummaging around the warehouse trying to find you all the best deals. So we're going to start with, and it's the one you wait for, it's a buy one get one free cartload, which is fantastic. So we're going to start firstly. I've got a couple of sentiment dies for you here. So I've got Happy Birthday, which is this one just here. And also RSVP, which is fantastic. I don't need to send us. I always say yes. Invite me to anything, I'll be there. Honestly, I go to the opening of an envelope. I don't care. Just want an invite. £2.99 is what you should be paying for one of these. However, you're going to get both of them, which is fantastic. So you're paying for the Happy Birthday. You're getting the RSVP free of charge. Right, the next one we got for you is the Special Friend and Thank You. So you're actually just paying for Special Friend, which is this one here. Now, these are a great concept die. You get full instructions included as well. £9.99 for one. However, you're getting two, because you're going to get Special Friend and you're going to get Thank You as well. Let me show you what they look like when you use these in a card project, because they are fantastic. Basically, what they do is they make the inside of your card as exciting as the outside of your card. You can see there the way it works. It's cut from one piece of card on the inside there. So there's your Special Friend, and then also you've got that thank you in there as well. I think they are really, really fantastic. They were great value when they were £9.99 each. However, you can get them both today for £9.99. We've got some stamps and dies for you next. Now, this one, always so popular whenever we bring it to you. It is the macarons that you've got here, and you've got everything that you need to make something truly, truly fabulous. This is everything that you're able to cut out with that macarons. So you can see here, you've got all the stamps in there. You've got all the sentiment stamps down the side as well. So you get those ones. You get this one totally free of charge as well. This is your sweet treats. Now this one's great because you can make ice creams, you can make cupcakes, all of the delicious things. Great that you've got all the dies as well to cut these out. So it means if you want to decoupage them up, add dimension to them, it's really, really easy to do that. Right, let's move on. Up next, we've got some gorgeous little cute dies for you. So the next one here, and these are our edgeable dies that we're going to look at here. So you've got oh, let me just double check I've got the right one. Oh, I've got expression dies next, haven't I? I've got them lost in here, you see. I've got so much on the show that I'm getting myself all in a tither. Right, what you've got first is the expression dies. So this is, again, like the one you saw a moment ago. You've got Wedding Day, which is this one just here. And then you'll also get in there as well that one there, which is Friend. So you've got Wedding Day and Friend both together in there, which is fantastic. You buy Wedding Day, you get Friend totally free of charge, which is very lovely of us, I think. Right, we've got Party. These are the edgeable dies that I was talking about just a moment ago. So the great thing about these is because they're an edgeable die, it means that you can pop them over the edge, which is fantastic. If you've got the window arches, you can pop them into the window arches. You don't just get the dies though, what you also get is you get the stamps to enable you to complement that and turn that into a complete project, which is great. You'll also get cute in there as well. Let me show you some of the things that you're going to be able to create with these. Love this. Look what someone's done here with a little journal there, as you can see. So a little scrapbook journal, which is fantastic. Again, that's on the front of there. Oh, I've got the wrong sample out here. You'll have to forgive me. And then I've also got a lovely card concept here with the word party. But you can see what I mean about it being an edgeable and the fact that it goes over the edge, which is fantastic. £4.99 to get each of those ordinarily. However, is that £4.99 to get both? That is a redonkadonk crazy low price that we're talking about today there with those. One more for you as well. Taylor Swift's favourite card. Oh yeah, shake a card, shake a card. We have got this one here, which is Let's Make Cocktails, which is just fantastic there, as you can see. You'll buy that one for £14.99. And we're going to give you Love Always totally free of charge as well. So this is what you've got here. I've seen a lot of these recently, which is jewellery making beads, very fine beads used in shaker cards. I think they work brilliantly. Or of course you can use glitters, you could use sequins in there. It is completely up to you. Just make sure you do not miss out on them. Very, very busy. Buy one, get one free. All over on the website. They are within as well the show that you've just seen. So if you go into the masterclass and then you pop yourself down under there, you see all the craft file items. Do not miss out on those embossing folders as well. Very, very busy on those as we move towards the end of the show. We are not done for the day here on Crafters TV. Massive thanks to Sara. Big thanks to you guys as well at home. We're back here in a few hours. Myself and Craig. It is your weekly sales show. Cartload, of course, coming your way in 3 hours' time. See you back here then. Take care.